Hello guys, welcome to Season 12 Ultimate Overwatch Guide. We'll be covering Clash, the new game mode that can be kind of confusing. People are saying they don't like it too much, but I will be breaking it down with tips and tricks so you can make sure you dominate every single quick play and ranked game in Clash. We'll be covering how Juno fits in the game, what's the best with her, everything that goes according to her, how she changes the game, and at the end of the video we will be covering the best team comps and the best characters in the game right now, so make sure you guys can abuse the meta to make you winning. Let's get into this video guys and get you on your way to dominating every single ranked game this season. Welcome to the new game mode in Overwatch 2 called Clash. There are two class maps, the Throne of Anubis and Hanaoka. 5 objective points, you capture 1 point, you get 1 point, right? But there are only 3 points in the map, so you must be like Cloudy. What if we capture 2 points? So there are 3 ticks on the last point, so technically you can win a game of Clash in like 2.5 minutes. So here pretty much we come here, we already got the first 2 points and then we get that, you see, 1 tick, 1 point. 2 ticks, 2 points. So right now we need 1 more tick to win. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we just won a game in 2.5 minutes of Clash. And now I am going to break down every single map and the concepts of how you can make this happen and prevent this from happening to yourself in your ranked games, okay? So how you want to play every map and pretty much Clash is you want to take as much space as possible first fight. So it's pretty clear the chokes on both maps. Especially this map, you want to be making sure you push here with absolute aggression and show no fear, right? And then look at Miko, look at us go, we're going, our guy is in there, look at us all, we're all in their stuff. Aggression is everything in this game mode. The more aggressive team, in my experience, will always win this game mode. Payload might be a thinking man's game, but Clash is not. So pretty much we won that fight because of aggression, right? Aggression, 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 here. Okay, after first fight. If you are the one who wins the first point, it comes a very important thing, guys, okay? Like, in Clash, you do not want to kill the enemy too early. Because think about it, like, let's say we push here right away and we kill them instantly. They have time to regroup. That is why it's extremely important. For example, in this map, take space. Go from left, go from right, take the high grounds, and make sure you engage when there is less than 7 seconds on the clock. Because if you kill the enemy after 7 seconds, when you're the attacking side, they cannot touch the point in time if you keep 3. You see, we waited 20 seconds, and then when there's 3 seconds left, we go on point, and they cannot come back if they lose this fight. So we're pretty much stacked on point, playing aggressively, looking good. Turkish comes in, we hit the Juno, they can't do anything. Tracer coming back, I one-tap the Tracer with Juno, Turkish is ulting too late, C9, he's out. Boom. Last point is extremely important. Okay, there's like 3 different scenarios how you can snowball the map instantly. 3 different ways to approach them. One is this scenario that happened here, right? Enemy walked off the point after we captured it, and that means we can stagger them so they respawn late. So here we obviously push the advantage. Even the Echo copies the Rein, we kill the Rein, and now there's only 10 seconds left, right? So we go here again, but we are not just gonna sit around on point. You see what I do here? I'm going to go to the left side and side of the spawn, because I know they have time to respawn. It's not time to play point yet. And now look, it is 6 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds, and this is the deciding factor of the game. I hit a 3-man shatter, and look at the time. There is 1 second on the clock. If we kill them here, they don't have time to come back. Doomfist dies, Mercy is valking, Echo is 1, Echo is dead, and now they're completely screwed. Genji is playing spawn, keep the pressure up, guys, yeah? And always keep 3 on point. So how did we snowball this game? We snowballed this game because we waited to engage just when the point opens, so enemy has no time to recontest, right? Like a lot of time you kill the enemy when there's 15 seconds left, 10 seconds left, they will touch the point. Here, second point, engage 5 seconds left. They have to try 4v5, desperate touch. And here I shattered spawn when 5 seconds left and my Genji kept the pressure, and we had 3 on point at all times. No reason to have more than 3 on point in Clash, does nothing. 5 on point, useless. If you want to fully capture the map in 2.5 minutes, aggression on aggression and the engagement timing is very important. And make sure you do not use ults when it's too early. Here's another example where we have been speedrunning the game with 2 minutes and 16 seconds. We capture the point here and we do a big mistake here. 2 of our guys get picked off, right? This is more of a don't do this if you're on defense. Right? So this is enemy fucked up again, right? Like they killed us too early. There is still 11 seconds left, right? So let's see what happens here. How do we go from losing 2 people at the start of the fight into winning this? Enemy is pushing into us before the point has opened. You see? They killed us too early. A huge mistake on class. Never kill your enemies too early. And then they're just poking me. They're thinking everything's fine. But then my teammates come in and we're like, what's up, guys? Reaper's in the flank. I go on the Kiriko. Kiriko 1 HP. Surgeon dies. Reaper kills 2. And now they're like, oh boy. Enemy, they push too soon. You know, we respawn. Then we come back with a vengeance. And we're about to see what happens. Look at our ults, guys. We're about to get like 5 ults. Our Reaper hits a big ult, kills everyone, and boom. And look what we did. We killed them late. They have pretty much no chance to touch here. We're keeping 5.1. One of us is holding space defense. We have ults, we have Juno, we have high noon, and it's over. Another example of enemy killing you too early. That is the most important thing I can tell you to snowball the game mode is go on the enemy when the point is about to open, especially when you win the first point. Okay, if you win the first point, that means you're going to have ult advantage. You're going to have the momentum advantage. Just make sure you push it in at the right time. Now we will be going into map specific things. So let's break down how to play the new Anubis map, right? So let's look at the first point here. We will break down every single point and how to play it on attack and defense. How I like to play this, I'm gonna talk from every single perspective, but tank is the most important perspective. You see, for an example, here I see that enemy has a slow comp, right? We have a Lucio, Juno, we are extremely fast. If your tank gets here before enemy is here, the game is pretty much over. So I would always recommend to play 1 speed boost, either Lucio or Juno on this map, and we just have both, you know, which is kind of crazy. So that's what I would recommend. Come here, and since you have control, guys, you want to hold the space, okay? Very important, enemy does not get here. This is a very dangerous position, so I recommend if you guys have a tank player or you are a tank player yourself, tell your tank to go on the jump pad and mark this side. Very dangerous position. So let's see how we play out here, right? Enemy is too slow. Our Reaper's holding space. We're all holding space. I'm on the high ground. I'm pinning on the Roadhog. I get a random pin almost there. TLDR, if you are attacking this point, make sure you can claim all of this, right? Make sure you mark this. Make sure you mark that. Hold the chokes, guys. Very, very important. So pretty much we win this fight because enemy had no space. And we took all the space. We didn't hold back, guys. If you're faster, take the wall. Always take the wall. So that's pretty much the first point, okay? So here's an example of a fight that we have the speed advantage, we have every advantage, but we don't manage to finish them off. That is the thing about speed comps against heavy healing comps like double flex support. You have to finish off the fight. And here we see what happens. We have a very fast comp. I am going in on the doomfist, going for the punches, going for the poops. Everything's looking good, right? We have all the space, we have everything, but we don't manage to finish them off. I even go for the flank punch. Every single one of them is 1 HP here. We don't finish them off though. We're still not finishing them off. And you see what happens? We still have the space, but this is what happens when you have speed comp. Make sure you guys finish them off. Poop them off the point. Do everything you can. Enemy is not getting finished up in anywhere. Look at them. They're all so low. All low, we have the advantage. And then they just hit the nano ram, and then bad things happen to us. Very bad things. But yeah, make sure if you guys have speed, you want to go aggressive on the first fight against the slower composition. You have to finish them off. Just pooping them around, it will not be enough. And then we move on to the second point, guys. Okay, I'm gonna cover best positioning you can take from attacking and offensive perspective. Now we're gonna be talking about attacking, okay? Just kind of ignore the map. What I recommend correctly, you either go far left here, take the high ground from here, okay? This is a very important high ground. Though this side has it as well, right? So pretty much when you're attacking, you will have this high ground over the enemy. Incredibly powerful position. Like actually crazy position. So you want to go from left side here, or right side here, and take this high ground, okay? And then what I want you guys to do is wait on this high ground until the magical number 7 seconds. And when there is 7 seconds, then you amp it up, push them here. If someone's here, you can actually amp here, jump through this and go here. If they're here, you just shoot them here. And if they're on point, you can drop on them from the high ground. So that is what you want to do on attack on this fight. If you are on defense, things get a bit tricky. What I would recommend if you're playing defensive on this map, go here. Okay, I believe you have to go here because you have to contest the high ground. If you go here, enemy can just drop on you and kill you. So as a defensive team, always try to go in this who's. You have to take this high ground. And then at 7 seconds, make sure you collapse on their backline here. It is very killable. And I can guarantee you a lot of enemies won't expect you go in there. So let's see how this fight plays out here. So we pretty much go here, you know. I mean, I'm going in already because I'm taking space, right? We're not really engaging. I'm just holding space. Right? And now we're starting to really... Well, enemy got picked, right? But they died after the magical number 7 seconds there. And then they can't really touch point. We just claimed everything. Look, because enemy did not go here. You have to contest the high ground, guys. Okay, very important. And then we get into the last point. Pretty much how you want to play the last point. If you are the defensive side and enemy has captured 2 points, okay, this is the part where you have to be really careful. Okay, make sure you guys are marking the left side here. Okay, make sure you mark left side here. Don't get flanked like here. Very dangerous flank. Make sure you ask your DPS to look here. If you're a tank or a DPS, make sure you look here. Mark the right side. And then your supports can just play in spawn. Okay, supports can pretty much see everything. Play spawn, play safe, keep your tank alive. Remember, guys, if you trade a kill, you have respawns. So at all costs, do not die before you trade a kill, and care for their ults. They will have a lot of ults, so that's where you should play as defense. And on the offensive side, well, here it's kind of weird, but pretty much offense, what I would recommend to do is when there's 5 seconds left or 7, you go here and then you amp it up, send 1 DPS on a flank here on their backline, and then you shoot the tank on point with whatever ult you have. You're going to get 1 ult if you're snowballing that hard. So either go from here or you can go from here as well. So that's what you want to do on both points on Throne of Anubis. Hello guys, here we are at Hanaoka. So pretty much how you want to play this fight, right guys? You want to push into the enemy, right? You want to take their wall and destroy them, right? More aggression wins. Here we just get lucky that the enemy was more aggressive on us because they had a Mei and I had to be a bit scared. But our Tracer carries, so it's okay. Like our Reaper and Tracer makes big plays, but yeah. Pretty much, you always go here. I do not recommend going here. You can have 1 DPS flanking there, but this is the place to be, okay? So pretty much mid-high ground, always go here. I would actually recommend rolling out from here, from spawn. So enemies a bit confusing, and then you 3, 2, 1 here, and boom, baby. You take that with the speed or dive or whatever you decide to play, right? And if you have to retake this, let's say for an example, you traded a kill and you have to retake this point, right? Enemies here. Then I recommend you go points and wait for, and you see who's on point. Like, let's say for an example, you're playing the high ground, right? You're playing the high ground, you're capping the point. You have 2 people on points. If you have time, I recommend you like 4 man on the high ground if you're attacking when enemy is capping the point. You go here, you take the high ground, and then you drop on point, right? Because you will have a number advantage on the high ground if enemy is capping the point. So that's how I would recommend to retake it. And to prevent this to happen on defense, try to put a character on point that can get back to the high ground. Like maybe a Baptiste, Lucio, Juno, a Reaper maybe even, right? Not your Reinhardt. Here obviously we win because we're dominating, but yeah, that's what I would tell you guys to do here. Here we are on Hanaoka, second point. It's B or D, right? So how you want to approach this if you are the one who won the first fight or the one who, like, you know, captured the middle fight, whatever, right? Is how I recommend would approach this is you have like 3 different options, okay? One thing you can do, you can instantly go right side, speed up here and take this high ground, right? This high ground is obviously, you know, the place to be here. So I can recommend you go here, speed boost here, take the high ground, yeah? Or you can go left side, speed boost here, and take the high ground there. So there's also other options, right? You can just put your tank on point because you have nice line of sight for healers. And then you play point. But pretty much someone has to make a play high ground if you want to win here. So let's see how this fight plays out here. I mean, we can't really engage here, guys. I'm waiting for a speed, but they kill our guy. We trade a kill. Pretty much, we're just crawling out. Enemy is not really utilizing the high ground, so I think we're going to win this fight. And we pretty much won this fight because enemy did not use their high ground to their advantage. I mean, it is kind of hard to them to use it, to be fair. They are playing Reaper and Mei. So they don't really have a high range character. But yeah, that's generally how you want to play it. Then we look at the defensive POV. Let's say you're the defender here, right? What you want to do is you put your backline on the high ground here. Obviously, depending if they have a little bit of dive. If they have dive, play a bit more together. Then you want to put your tank here. Okay? If enemy is rotating right side, your tank wants to be here fighting them. Enemy going left side, your tank fights them here. No matter where they go, this is such a heavy defender advantage point. Your tank needs to meet them, alright? Don't let them get this for free. At all costs, don't let enemy get in here for free or get in for here for free. So make sure you mark it, put your tank on point, backline play safe here, and you're good to go. Then let's go for the last point, guys. I believe Hanaoka last point is more difficult to play than a Throne of Anubis last point though. So things might get a little bit tricky, guys, okay? When we get to the last point here. So here we are again, guys, right? We lost 1 point and now we're attacking again. So we're going to be approaching the last point. Let's see how we approach this one. You see what we're doing, guys. We're not engaged. Well, to be honest, our Reaper went too early. That was not the plan. But pretty much we're waiting for the less than 7 seconds, right? And now we're going to be going in with Juno ult. Right? So we pretty much just forced the point on the... We just forced the fight on point with Juno ult, right? And you know, you see what happened? Less than 5 seconds, we get a lot of done here. And that's it, guys. It's, you know why? You know why we win this game? It's because we engage with 5 seconds left. Just look how I'm waiting around here. If we did not engage this late, they had time to recontest. Like, look at us. We are just AFKing here for literally 15 seconds. I'm not doing anything except farming Juno ult. Literal AFK. Just farm. And then we go in 5 seconds. But yeah, you know, that's just another point of that. But pretty much how you want to play this is right, guys. So you either go right side. I recommend you go this side. And the opposite side on the other side of the map, right? You go this side. And then when there's 5 seconds left, hopefully you have a speed boost. You say 3, 2, 1. You engage 5 men here. Use whatever ult you have. Hope your DPS makes a play on the backline. And then you hope for the best, pretty much. And then if your defense, you want to make sure enemy does not get past this corner without taking a lot of damage. Your tank should be here shooting them, here shooting them, here shooting them. No matter where they are, your tank has to be ready. Backline, please play safe. You should not die as backline here if you play correctly. So backline, play safe. You know, tank hold here, DPS do damage. It should be alright, guys. You have such a huge spawn advantage. Remember the same thing as Throne of Anubis trade kills, yeah. So that's how you play every single point on Hanaoka and Throne of Anubis. Now I will be getting into advanced tips to prevent snowballs and create snowballs for you as I got into the start, but this will be a little bit more advanced. At all costs, never panic in class if you lose the first 2 points, okay? There's a lot of times I have lost the first 2 points in class and I'm like, that's okay. You can easily come back. Because you guys gotta remember, you have a point literally in front of your spawn, which will also give you a point if you capture it. Just remember the positional advantages. I've told you everything you gotta do. Be ready for enemy ults. Just play the choke and trade kills. It's very hard to get a tick or 2 ticks on that man. You have such a huge advantage as defender. So make sure you do not panic on the last fight and turn it around, and then you can counter snowball it into 3 points. Think about it, right? Enemy wins 2 first points. You win the fight in your spawn. That is 2 to 1 points. You win the next fight. That is 2 points. And if you win the middle point, you are actually up 3-2. Just think about that. It can actually be an advantage sometimes to lose the first 2 points. Or the first one. Okay? So never ever ever panic. Okay? You can always turn it around. Easy ult snowball. Number 2. Remember the 7-second rule. If you are defending or attacking, do not engage the enemy before 7 seconds if you want to make an engagement. It is vital that you wipe the enemy team after the 7 seconds, preferably 5 seconds. So remember that, and I can guarantee you, you will do way better. If they can't touch, it's a guaranteed point. Okay? I've had so many losses in class where I have shattered too early, or I've punched too early, or I've two-molded too early, or my teammates have engaged too early. And they've retaken the point, and I'm like, what the hell, man? So do that, please. Number 3rd tip. Always attack aggressively. Aggression is everything in this game mode. Especially first fight. Be aggressive at all times. And please, guys, please, if you're a support main, please play Juno or Lucio. I can guarantee you that the team that has a Lucio or Juno has a 75% chance to win against a team that doesn't have either of those. Speed boost is so powerful in this game mode. It is vital. Absolutely vital that you have a Lucio that will prevent snowballs, that will allow you to snowball. It is so bad to play double flex support on this game mode. You have no way to retake, you have no way to attack, you are stuck in a choke, you're gonna be sad. So please, speed boost, so important, so important. The tank doesn't matter, DPS doesn't matter, you need to have a speed boost, guys. Number 4 tip, guys. Just have fun. The game mode is fast, furious, it's not gonna last for more than 10 minutes. I think the longest class game I've had was 9.5 minutes. So remember, guys, have fun, go for big plays, make some moves, pin in there. Even if you lose a point, who cares, you know? I honestly think class is a super fun game mode when you understand the 7 seconds rule and everything else I've told you, and the optimal positioning where to fight and not staggering. Never stagger, guys. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. So if you guys want to see more class gameplay, I do stream every day as well on Twitch. So, but with these advices, guys, you really should be ready to absolutely dominate every class game. Let's get into Juno. Okay, so they have introduced a new character on Season 12 in Overwatch called Juno. This will not be a full Juno tutorial, right? Because there's a lot of them out there. Great content, great people who make those. I am not a Juno player, so I will tell you how Juno affects the overall game and how to work with her and some important tips and tricks. So Juno has this ability that does change the pace of the game I call it a ring. Some people call it a polar, I just like to call 3, 2, 1 ring me, bro. I'm sure I'll have a clip of me asking ML7 to ring me right here. Let's go.
Speeding it.
Got one. The ring changes so much. It gives you 50% speed boost, okay? And guys, one thing you gotta remember in Overwatch, there is a 75% speed boost cap. Okay, so Juno rings gives you 50% speed boost, Lucio speed gives you 65. Okay, so there is no point to use Lucio speed boost and Juno speed boost together. So that is why I recommend, if you have a Juno in your team, do have only one Lucio or Juno. Because like, I mean, you could like time them out, right? That you ring first and then you speed, but it's not really worth it. So I would actually recommend that you play Juno with a Baptiste, right? Baptiste is incredible with Juno. Like the amount of healing you have on tank, you can peel, heal, not die. It's amazing. I love Juno Baptiste, or Juno Ana even, or even Juno Brick. Honestly, Juno is just good with every character. I've yet to have a bad time with Juno. I really think Juno is one of the greatest characters added to the game. Adds so much diversity, so much fun. And how to play around Juno ult, guys, okay? When you have a Juno ult, it pretty much heals you 1000 HP over its duration, right? And you can be a little bit off it. It's like a lingering thing, right? You can 1 second after you leave it, you still have the duration, like Gear Gold, right? Make sure you guys are on it, and remember, it does stay on a little bit. Just what I recommend is ask your Juno, or if you're the Juno player yourself, use the ult at the start of the fight. I think Juno ult is the best starting ult in the game. Like you say 3, 2, 1, then you ring and then you use Juno ult. Or if you're playing defense, use the Juno ult when enemy is ulting into you. It also helps a lot. It does so much damage. And one other thing to note about Juno ult is that the damage boost is does stack. So if you use a Juno damage boost ult, aka Mercy damage boost, Nano, it all stacks. So don't be afraid of stacking Nano with Juno if you absolutely have to. And then one thing, fighting against Juno, I would recommend that as a tank player, if you're playing Winston or D.Va, just kill the Juno. But if you're a Ryan pro like myself, my god, or a Doomfist, Juno is so annoying to deal with. So please try to ask for a Cassidy to counter the Juno. And one thing to note about the ring as well, guys, is that you don't have to exactly go through it. It's a 5-meter radius of the projectile path gains it without even going through the ring. So keep that in mind, guys, with Juno. And overall, I think Juno is a great addition to the game. You know, we're gonna get into heroes and comps more after this one, but yeah, I'm very glad Juno has been in the game. So let's go into the character tier list this season and what I think are the top 3 best team comps you guys can use in ranked to climb. And I will also give you top 4 characters per role afterwards. So let's get into it, guys. Okay guys, so now we will be doing the top 5 characters per role that you will climb on this season. Let's start with the big damage first, the DPS. At number 5, we have Junkrat. Junkrat is extremely overpowered this season in the map she's good. We're thinking about Eichenwald, King's Row, Colosseo. It just does so much damage to tanks. His trap is annoying. I think he has one of the best ults in the entire game. It is just a very oppressive character to play against on these maps with a lot of chokes. But then again, Junkrat has big downfalls of like if you get him on Watchpoint, Gibraltar, perhaps a Dorado or an Ilios. He doesn't really do a lot. But the maps he's strong on, he does so much. The one-shot combo on mouse 1 and shift, the trap is annoying, you just get pooped around. It's just not a fun character to play against. If you want to be a complete dickhead, play Junkrat in rank this season. Enjoy. Number 4. We have Echo. You know, Echo is very strong this season. He has the annoying sticky bombs. He's just flying around. You know, Juno is good with Echo. You can both fly around together. What a cute little duo you have going on. You have the beam that can one-shot people, very OP. And then one of the strongest ults in the entire game, Dupe. You know what's stronger than a tank? 2 tanks, baby. You can duplicate any tank in the game or a support. Incredible ult, high value. So guys, go jump on Echo if you want to be a tank player hiding in a DPS body. At number 3, we have Cassidy. Cassidy is an incredible hit scan. He's good against flankers, all those pesky tracers, Genjis, Echoes, fast. Cassidy can shoot down, especially when your supports are healing you a lot. The flashbang is incredible. Enemy cannot move. You hit it on a tracer, that's pretty much a death sentence. If your aim is a little bit better than mine sometimes. Happens. The ult is strong as well. These days you have a speed boost when you high noon. The damage is incredible. The roll has damage reduction. You can even roll midair now. Is there anything Cassidy can do? Incredibly solid choice for a top hit scan long range character. At number 2, we have Tracer. Tracer is the best flanker in the game. She did get a nerf this season from 6 damage per bullet to 5.5. But that nerf does not stop her. She is still the greatest flanker. She has blink, she has recall. Her ult is incredibly fun to use. You hit it on a squishy character, they are going to die every time. As long as there's no cleanse, life fever, pull, baptiste drone, no nano. None of that. And no merciless, of course. Then they are not going to lift the bomb. So guys, go fun, have fun on Tracer, go for the flanks, annoy the supports, no one can stop you. Go for the big pulse bomb, enjoy it guys. And number 1, it is very interesting to see how Ashe has overtaken the meta. Ashe has always been a mediocre pick in Overwatch 2, but now recently, the past season, Ashe has climbed through the ranks. And one of the big reasons why is Bob. I think Ashe is the strongest DPS ult in the entire game. It is just insane. You just spawn a tank that can contest point, poop you in the air. It's really hard to kill Bob 2 now. He has tank passive, right, that gives you damage reduction on headshots and poop reduction. So the tank buff on Bob was incredible. Her dynamite is annoying, she has good long range since Sojourn has been nerfed, Cassidy has been nerfed a little bit, Cassidy used to be better than Ashe. But now Ashe is just the top hit scan pick when you're looking to do long range, have a good ult, have fun, decent mobility. She just has it all. So Ashe is currently the top DPS this patch, so if you want to climb the ranks the fastest possible, pick Ashe. There is no situation where Ashe is bad. Even against Vido, I would still prefer Ashe. So go have fun on DPS, guys. So let's get in the top 5 strongest support heroes in this patch, guys. I do believe this is the strongest role in this current state of the game. They have some of the most incredible utility, damage, and everything you've ever wanted in your life. Number 5. At number 5, we have Moira. This character has incredible mobility, survivability, has nice damage, nice heals, can do everything, can even flank DPS if you decide to be a dickhead. The best thing about Moira is how easy she is to play. If someone would ask me what is the best character to start on Overwatch if you like support, I would say Moira. She has auto-aim heal, auto-aim DPS, her ult is a literal laser beam. So if you guys want to play an easy support that has nice damage, nice heals, feels super nice to play as well. Nothing feels better than a 9-man call. So guys, play Moira if you're looking for that sort of character. At number 4, I put Ana just slightly over Moira. Because Ana is a little bit more high skill than Moira, but Ana has a higher peak than Moira will ever have. So Ana has a sleep dart that can literally make the craziest play. It can cancel almost any ult in the game if played correctly, can sleep the tank. Nade is incredible. Anti-healing an entire team is a guaranteed fight win. And it's also super fun to play. You just sit in the back, snipe your rifle, shoot the enemy, shoot your teammates, take it really easy, throw some grenades, throw some sleeps, and then nano your Genji, of course. That's why Ana is on the 4th place. At number 3, we have Lucio. Lucio is super fun to play, has one of the strongest abilities in the entire game called Speed Boost. It was unique to him before this patch. I think we all know who has the better Speed Boost now, but Lucio is still strong, you know? He can go in, he can go for the boop. Nothing more fun than go for the boop. Has good damage. He did lose a little bit of HP, but gained damage this patch. And his ult is arguably one of the best. Just please try not to Ajax in my games. That is very, very, very painful for me. So make sure to play Lucio if you guys are looking for high mobility, high fun, good ult, all around good character in Lucio. Number 2. At the number 2 place, we have Baptiste. Baptiste is incredible, just truly incredible. This character can do so much damage, so much healing. He can do everything at the same time. He can shoot an enemy, then heal, shoot an enemy, heal. He has shift as well to sustain himself if your other support is a little bit of an idiot. And he also has a drone, which is probably my favorite support ability in the game as a Reinhardt main. It helps me out a lot. So if you guys are looking for a high carry character that can just out DPS any DPS, especially with window, truly an incredible character to play this patch. Very self-reliant as well. Doesn't really rely that much on team as long as they're at least half decent. So that's why Baptiste is on the number 2 spot. At number 1, we have Juno. What I like to call Juno in these past 5 days of ranked I've played is the better Lucio. Juno is literally a better Lucio. Think about it. When Lucio amps speed, he cannot heal. When Juno amps speed, she can heal. Like, it is incredible. And technically it's a better speed because it stays on the ground longer than a Lucio amp. And it's easier to get to. So, and she can heal so much. She has so much healing, so much damage, so much utility. Her ult is incredible. She's super fun to play. Why is everyone not playing Juno? Get on the Juno grind immediately, guys, if you're a support main. Okay, guys, so here we go for the top 5 best tanks this patch. Tanks are very strong this patch. Some are stronger than the others, but we shall find out which ones are the strongest. Won't we? At number 5, we have Doomfist. This was a tight choice between Doomfist and Wrecking Ball. Since dive tanks are incredibly strong this patch, you will see a pattern here in this top 5 list. But Doomfist takes the cake because the super punch is still so strong and he just has a potential to change the game in a split second. You just hit one power punch, it's over. It can be very hard against another character called D.Va because he's just tanky and tanks every single move you have. But every time you get the power punch going, hit the power fist, man, it's incredible. He has some good maps, some bad maps, but if you want to have a lot of fun and be an absolute menace to your own team and the enemy team, make sure you try Doomfist this patch. Number 4. And number 4, because this list is not, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, number 4 it's Reinhardt. You guys might know me as the Reinhardt guy and I have a lot of hours on Reinhardt, right? But unfortunately, there are 3 characters this patch that are just so easy to play, so broken. They need to be nerfed immediately. So I will put Reinhardt number 4. He does everything you need Reinhardt to do, tank stuff, do stuff, big damage. But some characters get way too much value for being so easy. And Reinhardt has big weaknesses on some maps, so that's why I have to put him in the number 4th place. Number 3. And number 3, we find ourselves with Ramatra. I mean, I think Reinhardt beats Ramatra most of the time, but Ramatra is just way too easy to get value. He has infinite HP with form, he has every cooldown, every slow, he can hold block, he can shoot you through the shield, or shoot everyone through the shield. Just walk on enemy backline with Ramatra and kill the whole team, completely alone. It is absolutely outrageous what this character can get away with. They need to nerf this character immediately. Too much HP, too much ammo, too much damage reduction, too many cooldowns. Incredible character right now. That's why he's in the number 3 place. At number 2. Honestly, this was a really hard choice between this one and the 1st place, but I would have to put number 2 D.Va. D.Va has so much armor this patch, can matrix everything, incredible damage. There's a reason why the whole community has been crying for D.Va nerfs. And he did get a slight nerf at the start of the season, but it's not even close enough. You can just literally fly into enemy backline, zone all the damage, not take any damage, and by the time you're done, you'll still have 500 HP. Just truly incredible character. Matrix is oppressive, Ana can't do anything, enemy tanks get destroyed by D.Va. There's nothing this character can do this patch. That's why it's the number 2 slot. At number 1. Number 1, the tank that is strongest this patch has to be Winston. He has to take the cake over D.Va because none of Winston is so incredibly oppressive, it will kill your whole team every time. Primal is an incredible ult, and Bubble has so much HP, nothing can break it. You can have the entire team shooting it and it's gonna last for like 3 seconds. Just an absolutely incredible character. Gets so much value, can zone the whole team, makes the enemy life tanks miserable. This is just incredible. If you are at least a decently smart player who understands the concept of dive, you should definitely be locking in Winston for some easy SR this season. That's it for the power rankings of all the 3 roles, guys. Now I will tell you the top 4 comps in each category and what are the best heroes, so you can take this information of these characters and take it in the ranked. And hopefully your teammates will cooperate. So now that we have ranked the best characters per role, it's time to get into the best team compositions. And I'm going to be telling you about 4 team compositions. We're going to be telling you about Dive, Brawl, Poke, and something I like to call Mumbo Jumbo ranked comp that makes no sense, but you can still win with it. And I will also tell you the best maps you can play these characters in. So let's get into it, guys. Let's start with the Dive comp. So here we are, guys. This is the dive composition. There is 2 tanks here because you have 2 options. You can either play D.Va or Winston. And then the best DPS you can play is Tracer Echo and Lucio Ana. And you can also replace Ana with Juno and Moira. And if you want to swap one of the DPS for Hitscan, Ass is never a bad option because this character is incredibly broken. So pretty much what you want to do with dive comp is try to ask your teammates to join voice if you're tank, and go on the squishy characters together, right? You want to go in, make aggressive plays, dive the squishies, get them down, right? And then you have good ults like Nano D.Va, Nano Primal, D.Va Bomb, Echo Copy, Tracer, Pulse Bomb, and Beat is always good to be aggressive or defensive depending, right? So on dive comps, you want to be talking to your team, be together, and just like, because your tanks are so incredible, D.Va Winston can literally 1v5 any game. So this is the best dive comp you could humanly possibly play. So these are the best dive maps, guys. So if you get any of these maps, you should always play dive on these maps. Like these Busan, Dorado, Ilios, Hollywood, Numbani, Paraiso, and Watchpoint Gibraltar. These are must-play dive maps, okay? And then there is Root and Esperanza that are okay for dive. So as long as you play this map, coordinate with your team, have the best team comp, this will optimize of your chance of winning, okay, guys? So, play dive on these maps, play the characters. I told you, you're in a great way to gain SR. The next team composition I'm talking about is the Brawl combo. What are the best characters? We're about to find out. So, the best Brawl tank you can play is Reinhardt or Ramatra, and the DPS are As or Cass. They should be next to each other. And Tracer. And then supports, you should either have a Lucio or a Juno and a Baptiste. Baptiste is absolutely vital. It is by far the best flex support you can play with any Brawl tank. Incredible. Just the drone, the damage, all about it. And I personally prefer a Juno, but not everyone plays Juno yet, so Lucio is alright too. So the point of a Brawl comp is to just get in their face, and your tank is like an absolute raid boss. Like he gets in there, he smacks them, he holds space, he gets a lot of damage. It's about going together as 5-man and starting an absolute havoc. So your Ass is going to be doing a lot of damage, your Cass is doing a lot of damage, and Tracer is going to be distracting their healers. So just make sure you guys 3, 2, 1 speed boost together, go in the enemies, and just let your tank go at them. Baptiste, everyone, it's just a great fun. Brawl is a lot of fun. And then there's decent options too. I would actually love to have a Mei or a Symmetra over a Tracer, but let's be honest, DPS players don't really want to play Mei or Symmetra, so that's why they're in decent options. And Junkrat is also good in some of the maps. But yeah, this comp is all about 5 stacking and having some big plays, big shadow, big ramble. So make sure to lock in this comp on these maps I'm about to show you. And here we are, the must-play Brawl maps to guarantee a W every single time pretty much if you play these maps. Antarctica, Hanaoka, New Chunk City, Shambali, Lijiang Tower, Havana, and Runasapi. If you play Brawl on these maps, you're going to have absolutely great success, right? So like Antarctica, it's really good. You can hold all the chokes, go aggressive. Hanaoka Rush is very, very strong. There's no comp that can fight back. If you just 3, 2, 1 speed boost, take the entire map, enemy is going to be screwed. New Chunk City, especially the first point, is absolutely rush city right there. And then Shambali, just great all around. Your tank can hold the corners forever. Nobody can push Lijiang. Just, I think, the best rush map in the entire game. Then Havana can be a bit hard, guys, but I found that if you don't play Brawl on this map, you most likely lose. Even if enemies playing Poke. And then Runasapi, the new map, is so much fun for us. There's so many plays you can make. Especially if you have a Symmetra, guys, I recommend you play Sym on this map. And then Circuit Royale, my personal favorite map, but I understand a lot of people struggling playing this map on Raz. And then Colosseo, it was even better for us, but then they removed the goddamn class. And now you can't even abuse the high ground hold. So it kind of dropped off. And then the Flashpoint map as well. Both Flashpoints are decent for us. So if you guys look in Rush on these maps, play together, go aggressive. Remember to go always amp it up 3, 2, 1. Amp it up 3, 2, 1. Ring it up. Just look at it in these maps, guys, and you're going to have great success. Okay, guys, and then we get into the most cringe composition. I personally dislike the comp the most, but it does have some value. So we get into the poke comp. And you know, poke comp is all about just being as far as possible, being annoying as possible, have your DPS spam them, your tank just being an unkillable menace, backline just healing your tank. Just an absolute cringe comp, but great success can be had playing this comp. And the best character for poke comp is Ram, Echo, Ash, or Junkrat, then Bap, Ana, and Juno. So I would say the most important piece of this comp is having a big tank, right? You can also have a Sigma or Reinhardt as well as a tank, but I found that Ramatra is just so broken that it just kind of outvalues the Sigma and Rein options you have. So I would just say play Ramatra. You could also play a poke comp with D.Va and Winston, right? But it is a little bit map dependent which one, right? If you have a strong dive map, you can also play dive, you know, dive poke, right? So these are also decent options for this, right? Up to you, whichever you feel like playing. And then the most important part is having an Echo Ass, or Junkrat can be replaced with either one. If you have an Echo Ass and your tank is playing slow, taking space, going around, then it is extremely oppressive to deal with an Echo and Ass. Like, they will just poke you from every angle, you can't move, enemy tank is going to feel horrible playing. And then your supports, Baptiste is vital. And then the second support can be either Ana or Juno. Juno can just heal the tank, speed your tank. Your DPS can get away. Ana has great nano boost, can be nano Echo, nano Ram, nano D.Va, nano Winston, whatever. And Baptiste is just the core that keeps it all alive. And then Tracer is also a decent option you can swap around, you know, if you're having a rough time with an enemy Zenyatta or something, you know. So also you can play Zen with this comp. It's the only time Zenyatta could even be considered playing, so if you have these characters, guys, and play the poke style, you should be good to go. So these are pretty much poke maps that you would always want to play poke, right? Some of them can be like swapped with dive, because it's kind of the same poke and dive, but not quite. So on Samoa you should play poke, on Root you should play poke. Blizzard World, probably the best poke map in the entire game. And Junkertown, of course, incredibly good for the poke style. Rialto as well, and Icon. And poke is okay on Havana, Dorado, Busan, and Esperanza, right? You know, some of these are dive maps too, but poke is okay. So these maps is pretty much your tank just hold space, does nothing, DPS hold off angle, support help the off angle, and that's all you gotta do. So if you're a tank player, have fun being AFK and just taking damage and doing a whole lot of nothing. So look in poke on these maps, guys, and you're going to have great fun. So obviously, guys, these comps are great and all, but what do you do if you have a random mambo jumbo team comp, right? Like, you have no idea what the hell to pick, you know? Let's say, for an example, you're a tank player and you have Symmetra Sombra and Zenyatta Mercy. Like, you're like, I can't really play my characters. I have no heal, I have no dive, you don't really have poke. Let me tell you, I'm gonna give you the best characters for every single role if your teammates are not cooperating with the best comp, so you'll have the highest chance to win no matter what's going on. So let's start off with the tanky boys first. Here we have the 3 best options if you're playing a random composition this season. You have Sigma first. I would say Sigma is the best option because Sigma doesn't really need that much healing. You're kind of self-reliant. You even have passive regen on your shield on top of your health regen that you now have in the game. So on Sigma you can literally just AFK, poke them, throw some rocks, have some fluxes, have some fun, you know, it's still okay. Ramatra kind of same thing. But Ramatra is a little bit more risky, right? Because you do need a little bit of healing, a little bit of help. You can be poked easier, but it can work. And then if you just want to be an asshole like your teammates, just play Wrecking Ball. Just roll around the map, go for the boobs, go for the slams, go for the minefields. Don't really need any resources, don't really even need a team. Wrecking Ball is kind of its own thing. And as an honorable mention, Roadhog. I know, you probably hate me, but Roadhog is still good, you know? You can still heal, you can hook, but it can get punished very hard, so at your own risk, go for the Roadhog. What if you're playing support? You know, your tank is playing a Wrecking Ball, a Roadhog, not cooperating, your DPS are doing gods know what, playing Genji, asking for heals, but you don't want to heal them. You have to handle this situation yourself. You have to carry yourself. So let me give you the best support characters when your teammates are not cooperating with the system. Yeah, first we have Kiriko. They buffed Kiriko's damage, but reduced her health a little bit this patch, so Kiriko is an excellent choice for a support player who wants to flank and try to get picks yourself, because you can technically two-top any squishy character in the game. So it's a good character when your teammates are not making the damage happening or your tank is AFK. You can go for a flank yourself, get a big TP out, and then still help your team. So Kiriko is a great choice if you want to be a selfish player. Moira does the same thing pretty much. Moira is an easier version of Kiriko who has a harder time killing, right? And easier, and also can be harder to get out. But Moira is a good character as well if you need to get stuff done yourself. Same concept, just easier than Kiriko. Lucio is just, at least you'll have fun. Okay, if your team is not cooperating, you'll have fun. You can still win. You can go for the speed, you can go for the poop. They also buffed Lucio's damage, so Lucio is great fun as well. And Baptiste is all around a great character that can still heal your Pepega teammates, do damage. Because I'm pretty sure your team is going to be lacking a lot of damage sometimes when they're doing Pepega stuff, so you can just window. You can solo carry a game on Baptiste very easily just by holding down mouse 1 on the enemies. So what if you're a classic DPS player in the other hand, right? Like you want to do some DPS, but then you're saying, God, my tank is not making any space. God, my supports are not healing me. This is horrible. Let me give you the best characters to do this with. So first off, we have obviously Tracer, right? Like Tracer is a great choice. You don't really need that many resources. A little bit of healing every now and then is great, but you can pretty much 1v5 on Tracer if you're competent and practiced enough. You can just go on backline, bully the supports, pick up the mini pack. If you get shot, you recall. It's honestly great. You can do so much on Tracer. Not really a team dependent hero. And then Widowmaker is pretty much the opposite of Tracer, but still the same concept, right? You just sit in the back of the map, shoot the enemy in the head. Don't really need heals. Just don't let them come close enough. If they come, just shoot them in the head, right? So like, what's the problem? You might get dove by enemy Wrecking Ball though, so Widow might not always work. But if it's a good map, just play Widow. And then we have third option, Mr. Soldier 76. Soldier can be good because if you're not getting healed, just heal yourself, no? So that's why Soldier is good. Good damage, good healing, you know. Fun solo queue character if you're not getting help. And you can also just go flank as well, so you know, you don't really have to care about the team. And then we have Torbjorn. If you're not getting anything done on any other character, you can always go Torbjorn and just throw down your turret and shoot at the general direction and something good will happen. Most likely. So Torb is a great choice if nothing great is going on and your team comp is garbage. And then Venture is a little bit of a questionable pick, but they are great. Okay? They are also great because they don't need that many resources. You can just burrow underground, then go in, go flank. They can do it all. So it's also a fun option if you guys don't have a great comp. So those are all the character choices if your team comps are not cooperating, guys. So with all these things and advice I've given on this video, you have all the fundamentals to dominate this season, guys. But remember, the most important thing about playing Overwatch is having fun. So use all these tricks, all these tips. Always be nice to your teammates. Enjoy your rank, guys. It's gonna be gay from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any more questions, I do stream daily on Twitch. So good luck in your ranked games, guys, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.